I only remember the one flag when he got sacked, and they gave him a roughing the quarterback, but I don't remember seeing that one when he ran the ball.
Yeah, that's right. We did talk about that earlier. But you could look it up online. I mean, there's so much garbage going on. I seen things that they're talking about. The NFL is scripted, and you could see the defensive player back off, almost like he's not intentionally not doing his job, but he's afraid of getting that penalty. You got a quarterback running downfield, you can't hit him, but yet you got a guy 72 yards. He's not a quarterback anymore. This is college garbage. I can't believe it. You know what RPO is now? I never heard of that before.
Well, the minute you leave the pocket, you're fair game.
I agree with you. Do you know what RPO is?
That's the reason why they slide.
Yeah, exactly. You slide not to get hurt. Bam! I got out of the pocket. I got out of getting sacked. Slide. That's groovy. I dig that. But when you got a quarterback who scores and got 72 yards, he's got almost as much as a regular running back gets. 72 yards are happy. You want over 100 for your running back, but your quarterback got 72? Come on, man. That's just not right.
And just to clarify for you, Robbie, RPO stands for run pass option.
Yes, it is. I never understood that until the other day, because to me it was always just an option play.
Yeah.
But now it's a run pass.
It's not the same thing. Just give the ball to a guy on your team and let him do his thing, or do it yourself.
Oh, I hate it, man.
Why?
That's a bootleg.
Basically, yeah.
Well, bootleg is okay, but no, that run pass option, that's not. Because the defense lines up and then they think you're going to pass. And so I hate it. Anyways, I could be completely wrong and probably am. But that's all right. And the first time I've been wrong.
It ain't the first time, and it probably won't be the last either.
I'm sure it won't be the last. There's no doubt about that. With my PTSD and bipolar. But by the way, I never told you that. Be careful watching me. I take medication for it, but I do have epilepsy, and I could have a seizure.
I know. That's why I keep an eye on you.
Okay, because that could happen. I don't expect it to. I take my medication every day, and it's been pretty good. But there's been times when I didn't take it, and not so good. I met some kids who heard Jesus Christ when I had the last seizure. We never want that to happen again. But getting off the subject, did you hear this one lately? MSNBC, Rachel Maddow actually admits censorship. This is her quote, there is a reason that we and other news organizations are not showing his victory speech, have generally stopped unfiltered live platforms to remarks by Trump. Is that crazy? I mean, you were violating everything. It's out of this world. I had to get that on there. I want to get off of sports for a minute because this has been aggravating me all day, which was so nice because we were listening to all this Iowa cockeye crap, and I was so tired of it. I didn't listen to no news all weekend, and then finally today I turned it on. You're talking about real things that are going on and not this, unfiltered live platforms to remarks by Trump will not be aired. What is that?
Well, it's just another attack on him. It's the way they manipulate everything. It's not always the stories they tell you. It's the stories they don't tell you. And it all works towards them manipulating public opinion.
It's just
they didn't want to talk about Hunter Biden's laptop either. That didn't exist. It wasn't real, but it was in possession of the FBI.
And
just like the list, the Epstein list. They raided his house. The FBI raided his house right after they arrested him. They have the list. They have all the videos. They have all the crap, and they're going to use it to their advantage. But they're not going to talk about it. then you'll never see the list.
Well, we saw part of it, and that were on his.
No, that wasn't the list. That was just transcripts from the trials that went on. That was not the list.
Oh.
That was transcripts from the trial, and it's all just hearsay. But that's not the list.
I like that. You inform me. Yeah, because I'm not up on everything, of course. Wow, I did not realize that. Groovy, man, really groovy.
Yeah, the media, these 3-letter organizations, they all work together.
It's just, it's out of control, and it almost disgusts me. Should we go back to sports right now? Something to make us happy. Aaron, you got something to make us happy to talk about there? What's going on up there in the cold-ass Pittsburgh? Tell me something good that's happening in your life.
Something good?
Yeah, whatever. Talk about Penguins, whatever makes you happy. Talk about something nice. We need a laugh right now. We need something to just smile rather than talk about this way our country is going. Yap at us, man. Come on in. You're sitting out on the front porch. Talk to me.
Well, the Penguins did win their last game.
Oh, really?
All right.
Yeah, I believe they did.
Okay, so what else is going on up there in your world? I understand it was so cold you had to take a Uber this morning?
Yeah, it was like 10 below. It felt like with the wind blowing, it felt like 10 below this morning, and I was not doing the 25-minute walk to work.
I tell you what, I was the same way.
It actually went down to 8 below this morning.
Wow. That's crazy, man. And I'm sitting down here crying at 52 degrees. I took an Uber to get here because I was not taking the bus. I have to Uber home because the bus has stopped. But
yeah, that was with the wind chill. It was at 8 degrees above, but with the wind chill, it was 8 below.
I still can't believe Florida actually had a wind chill warning this morning. I've been here for 15.
Yeah,
well, this is my
crazy.
16th baseball season, and actually 17th now. And never. I mean, there's cold where they open up the shelters for people who are homeless, and but never a wind chill thing. I was like, that was just crazy. Makes me laugh, and I shouldn't laugh because people don't realize it does get cold down here, and at 45 degrees, you can get hypothermia.
Yeah, but I say this all the time, though. Pittsburgh cold, New York cold, and Florida cold are different. Pittsburgh and New York cold is very similar, and it's a lot different than what we have here in Florida. Because here in Florida, like a 40-degree morning like it was this morning is like late fall, beginning of winter for us up in the north.
Yeah, that's true.
And
we had a high of 24.
Exactly. You see, that would be, how do I put this? That would be Arctic levels down where we are here in Florida. That's part of the reason why I got out of the Northeast.
17 right here.
Wait, it's 17
here
Aaron?
now.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, you guys, even though this wasn't exactly a contest, you guys win. You guys win. Besides, I say it all
Now,
the
the
time.
big winners this week was your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, they
slapped
were.
them Eagles around.
Well, then again, the Eagles have done that to themselves, not showing up for the last month and a half of the season and losing 6 of their last 7 games.
Oh, no, Tampa looked great.
And the Eagles look like dog crap, especially their defense.
No, I disagree with you on that one. I'm
Okay,
I'm
why?
not a Tampa fan, but
I know that.
they were surprised me. Actually, they were really hot. I loved it.
Well, the Bucks, as the Eagles had lost 5 of their last 6 to close out the regular season. The Bucks had won 5 of their last 6. But I said this the other day to somebody going into the game. I was a little nervous from a Bucks point of view because the Bucks offense had looked like doo-doo the last 2 games of the season, and that's being politically correct here on the radio.
That was. I don't even know what to say after that, Matt. You're cracking me up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm laughing too.
Okay, that's it. That's how you know it's a good joke if Robbie starts snorting on a regular basis.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna step aside real quick. We got a couple of tunes we want to play, and this is Robbie's choice. We're gonna throw a little Bob Marley at you right now. We'll be back in a second.
And I hope you like jamming too. And the rules ain't about we can do it anyhow. I and I will see you through. Cause every day we pay the price for the living sacrifice. Jamming till the jam is through. We're jamming. To think that jamming was a thing of the past.
And we are back with more of It's All Groovy here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Robbie, you have something you want to say?
Yes, welcome to Robbie's Island News, brought to you by Beacon Street Ministries, helping those in need. 727-278-2285 or beaconstreetministries.com. If you want to donate or you want to find out where they give out some food down here, please give them a call. Again, that's Beacon Street Ministries. God darn it, I'm tripping over my own tongue. beaconstreetministries.com, 727-278-2285. 85. And Tampa police shooting, 1 killed, 2 injured, 1 in custody. Wow, I hate when I hear this. I'm glad it's across the lake. But anyways, investigations going on, and it's 42 degrees with wind chill this morning. Currently 51, winds out of the northeast at 6. Wake up at 50 degrees tomorrow. High tomorrow, 6 degrees, partly cloudy. And again, this is brought to you by beaconstreetministries.com. Thank you all. Hi, welcome back, Grigor and Aaron. And what happened?
Hello.
Did Johnny Mac not call in there, Matt?
Not yet. The only 2 people I've heard from are currently on the phone with us, that being Grigor and Aaron.
Okay. No.
All right.
I guess he must be busy. That's a guy we had on the Marine that runs ROTC. And maybe he's doing something else tonight. But he said he was going to call in tonight, and I was hoping to hear from him. But we're still in the first half hour, so maybe he'll give a holler. Where we want to go next? Anybody got something to start the conversation, or should I?
Well, your Florida listeners couldn't appreciate it, but I got something that really bugs me.
Okay.
We got snow here yesterday, and I see several people pushing their snow out into a clean road. And that really just burns my butt.
The disrespect, I tell you. Clearly, these people have never shoveled snow before.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know the Floridians can't appreciate it, but it's just very rude. I mean, you're complaining that the snow plows don't come around. They come around, and you shovel your snow out into the street. It's a Pittsburgh thing, but it bugs me.
Well, no, it's not just a Pittsburgh thing. It's a New York thing, too. I remember there's times where the snow plows would come through by my block. Again, I'm an East Coaster. I'm from Long Island. So whenever we would get snow, we'd wait for the snow plows to come through. They would come through, and then some idiot would shovel out his driveway and dump it in the middle of the street. I'm like, are you kidding me? If you're going to do something that stupid, at least shovel it into your grass area. Like, clean out your driveway and dump it to the side. Don't go in the middle of the street or push it back against your garage or something.
It's dangerous.
Exactly.
That's my grinder of the week there. That just burns me up.
I will say this much, though. That's one thing I don't miss about dealing with snow down here in Florida is, yes, it's pretty to look at, But at the same time, it takes forever to get rid of. At least with like rainstorms here down in Florida, they dry up before the end of the day and everything's fine. Hurricanes, a little different.
That's beautiful.
Hurricanes is a little different, but the one positive, though, I will say, two positives I will say about snowstorms. Number one, you never need a gym. Because that's your exercise right there is shoveling. And two, and more importantly, most people that are around my age, I'm in my mid-30s, most people around my age when we were younger, big snowstorms, go out and make $20-$30, shovel out the neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Most kids now don't do that.
Yeah, that was the first thing we did was grab a shovel and start knocking on doors.
Yeah, I wouldn't even knock on doors because I lived in an apartment. I lived in a co-op. I wouldn't even knock on doors. I would just start shoveling. And it got to the point where I have a superintendent in my co-op. My mom still lives there. We have a super in our co-op. And whenever he'd see me shoveling, like I would do like my stretch of my building from like my house down to the end. And then about an hour or two later, we'd get a knock on the door. The super would be like, hey, you want to help me? I'll pay you. 10 minutes later, I had my snow gear on. I was right back outside.
No, we lived in a co-op.
Really?
That's no kidding.
Yeah.
That cracked me up when you said that.
Well,
but
truth be
we
told,
didn't have no super to clean up the sidewalks, so we
Right.
had to go
Right.
from door to door.
Well, that's the funny thing is my parents' cars always got cleaned off first in the parking lot. Why? Because my dad and I would be out there having a snowball fight in the back parking lot, and my dad would be cleaning up my parents' cars, hitting me with snowballs.
Wow. I want to ask you something here, quick, Grigor or Aaron.
Yeah.
Do they still put lawn chairs out when you clean your spot?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I've seen it.
they're not blocking them spots in?
Well, if you put a chair out there, sometimes you'll get that rude neighbor comes in after the bar and they just push your chair out the way.
You know, that happened back when we were kids, Grigor. Actually, Mr. Breda, he took the spot, man, and I argued with this old man heavily. I said, did you see the chair? He ran the chair over and everything, too. And he said, I don't care. I'm not moving. You know, I shoveled all the snow that was in that spot where it was clean, and I shoveled him in, and he wasn't able to move that car for 3 months until the snow melted. I've asked Jesus for forgiveness on that because that was mean, but it was not right to do that. You don't do that in Pittsburgh. You got the lawn chair out there. That means I cleaned the sidewalks. I did it.
I think that was Pete.
That was who?
Pete.
Was that his name? Pete?
Remember Pete? No. Padunovac.
Oh, Peter Padunovac. Oh, no, Peter Padunovac was cool. My God, I haven't heard his name in years. That's, wow, no, Peter Padunovac was actually very cool. He was a good guy. But no, old man Brady down there on the corner overlooking the basketball court. I can't believe some of the dumb things we did as kids. What's that, Aaron? You talking to your boyfriend?
I didn't say nothing.
Well, I heard you talking in the background. I think maybe you're talking to your boyfriend.
No, that was Mom. She was talking about Breda.
Oh, yeah, because she knows.
She was out there for 2 hours shoveling. My mother was out here cleaning this up, and she said her boys shoveled him back in.
Hey, well, it's about time for me to take my medication. We're at what, almost 29 minutes past, and I cannot afford to be without my medication. So if you got them, light them. Be back in a moment.
I'm gonna leave the boys on floor number 2. up in the room. Everybody knows and smoking it loud. Everybody smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. I tell you, I'm smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. Hey, teach it on the building up in the room. 'Cause everybody knows and smoking it loud. One more. Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, I'm fooling around with your fool. Everybody knows they're smoking in the loudest room.
All right. That was the smoke break for this afternoon's show, or tonight's show, rather. It's Smoking in the Boys' Room by Motley Crue. And Robbie appears to be fully back to himself and ready to rock and roll. So, Robbie, if you're good to go, my brother, take it away.
I hear you laughing, Gregor, so you must be able to see me. No, I had, that was nice to get. It's cold out there. Jesus, man. It freaked me out coming back inside. I'm freezing. I'm wearing my stupid Florida shirt. But I got good clothing to get me home. It's cold, man. I don't care what you people say about your minus.
Yeah, 45. How will you ever survive?
Well, you ain't never lived in the woods under this stuff. I have, man. I lived in the swamp.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, dear God. You don't understand. This is tough, man. And then it's going to go up to, I think, in a couple of days, they were talking about 75.
It's supposed to hit, I think, 70 at the end of the week and then dip back into the 50s this weekend.
It's such a change. I mean, it's...
The weather can't make up its mind. No wonder people down here are getting sick.
That's exactly...
I'm jealous.
Excuse me.
What do you got to be jealous of us for, Grigor?
70-degree weather, sunshine.
Yeah, but I'd like it to be consistent instead of going 70s, 50s, 60s, 50s. Make up your mind.
Yeah, if it's going to be cold, be cold.
Exactly. But I will say this, in the 2+ years I've been down in this fine state, this is the most I've ever gotten use out of my winter gear other than going home.
And that's funny. When I moved down here 2008, I'll never forget Christmas Day was 78 degrees. New Year's Day was 80 degrees. The following year, 2009, same thing. And then all of a sudden, I guess, global warming came in and froze us out. And haven't had a nice January and February since then.
Global schmobal.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And the whole country's freezing right now, and that's just it's a cyclical thing, and we have it. It's going to change. Although I don't know, we had them solar flares this summer, so I don't know how much that screwed things up. But have you heard this one, Grigor? Austin, the what do you call him? The Secretary of Defense at the Pentagon. The dude that got his prostate worked on?
What about him?
And the president didn't know about him being in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. How the Secretary of State was MIA for 3 days and
no Secretary of Defense.
Nobody knew anything. Yeah. Secretary of Defense, right?
He's in charge of the Pentagon.
No big deal. We're only in the middle of 2 wars, but hey, who do you need to talk to the Secretary of Defense for? This administration is such a joke.
And you know, as far as pushing that red button, if you will, Secretary of Defense and the president have to be involved together, and there's others that I can't mention because of, well, anyways, I can't mention those. And he's not there in our president, a puppet, or Sesame Street, because Obama's really running this. We know that. But do you know this? He had one of his lackeys call in 911 and needed help. He had to go to the hospital immediately, and he actually told them no sirens or lights. This has to be kept silent. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. Everything in the government is like that. When you find out about it, it's old news.
He is a 4-star general, and he is subject under the UCMJ. And I'm going to tell you what, I did my military time. And when you're in a hospital, everybody knows because you're responsible for this or that. I was a sergeant at the time, and boom, if Robbie's out, why is Robbie out? Where's he at? He hurt his back playing volleyball, and he's being checked out by the doctor. Okay, we know where he's at, what's going on. The next guy's in charge. But our president didn't know because of this guy.
Well, that's with a normal working government. This is a corrupt government, so things don't operate normally. The normal standards do not apply.
Unfortunately, you are correct on that. It just, it absolutely disgusts me what's going on here. And I hope people are smart enough and we don't get cheated out of it. We do need a change. I don't care if you're for Trump or not.
That Iowa caucus the other night, Nikki Haley comes in third place and then declares it's clearly a 2-person race now.
Yeah, between her and DeSantis, or between her and Trump, but she meant between her and Trump. And and she finished third. And she is such a big rhino. Not bad looking on the eyes, but she's not but a rhino, and she would get the woman vote. There's no doubt about that, big time. I mean, it was just like Barack Obama. I'm sorry, but a lot of the people of color, I knew one personally. He voted just because he was of color. He didn't care what he had to say. And so she'll pick up that vote, no doubt. But I think she's going to be out. Real quick. New Hampshire, they're already doing that gig up there, and we'll see what happens. And then South Carolina, she was a governor down there, I think. So after South Carolina, I think we'll see it. And I'm hoping there was people on the radio talking about it today, the big syndicated ones. And they should maybe back out and boom. Obviously, Trump's going to win, the Republican nominee. So why don't we just back him like, how do you pronounce his name? Vivek? Vivek, how do you say?
I was disappointed that he dropped out of the race.
No, I'm not at all, Gregor. I'm glad he did. And he immediately, during his concession speech, backed up Trump. And they're talking about, Trump was like, he'll be in the administration. He's not admitting yet, but he's going to make that guy vice president. I'm telling you, this guy is groovy, a little bit young, but he is on the ball with everything. This guy is it, man. And let's face it, Trump is he's an octogenarian now, I think, 80 years old. He might not make it through the 4 years. So you want a good person as vice president that might take over. Same with Biden.
Well, I think if that was to happen, that would be good for Vivek to get some experience and actually see firsthand who the snakes are.
Exactly. And unlike Kamala, when Trump puts him on, you got to go to the border, you got to do this. Like she's supposed to go to the border and take care of things, which is ridiculous. I mean, we're being invaded.
No, she's doing exactly the plan that's in place. That's she's doing her job. She's screwing us all over.
But she is doing what she's told to do. You're absolutely right. There was something I wanted to talk about that.
While you trying to figure it out, we got one more phone call who decided he wanted to jump in on this conversation. Mike from Riverview is on the phone right now.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, fellas?
Good to hear from you.
Just hanging on the porch.
Just chiming in from good old Edison.
So what do you want to talk about?
Just checking in. I didn't. I was just calling in now. Didn't hear any of the conversation you guys were having.
All right, well,
So-
before we let you join in on the conversation and pull up a chair around the fire pit, what's your drink of choice?
My drink of choice
Yeah.
would be Iron City.
All right.
Aha.
All right. There's
Boy,
nothing
that's
wrong with
straight
that.
up low.
I guess we caught you off guard. You didn't expect to get through on the phone lines, Mike. But hey, just what's groovy, man? What's going on in your place? Just you're sitting on the porch with me and jump in with me and Grigor and just yap.
Sure. Just
And let's not forget
Thinking about-
Aaron's still on the line, too.
Oh, good, groovy.
we're just thinking about up here in our Steelers that we have this Tomlin guy that we're trying to get rid of, and how do we recycle him for something new?
Ah,
Well,
go ahead, Grigor.
he's got another year on his contract, and he's got like 18 consecutive winning seasons. So,
Whoop-de-doo.
yeah, I'm not happy with all his calls, but he's got record on his side. He's got he's
You mean he's lost his last 5 playoff games by over 30 points and hasn't won a playoff game in 7 seasons?
Hey, I agree with you, but the stats are on his side. He's got the ability to negotiate. We'll see what the Roonies decide to do.
Well, don't you think the Roonies would then have the room to negotiate since the stats are on their side? They could trade his ass away like Peyton did.
Well, we'll see.
My feeling is this: he's got 1 year left, and if you look at the stats with him and Belichick cheated himself to 4 Super Bowls. Yes, him and Brady. He had Brady. Tomlin has not had a losing season in 17 years. He took us to a Super Bowl to win, and he took us to a Super Bowl to lose.
He took Bill Cowher's team to a Super Bowl and won.
All right, you can say it.
Yeah.
His team to a Super Bowl and lost.
All right, I'll give you that.
Belichick had Brady. Tomlin had Roethlisberger. Without Brady, Belichick is out the door. Without Roethlisberger, Tomlin should follow.
Oh, wow.
Very good point.
That is a very good point. But it's because of the cheating that they won with Brady. You weren't allowed to touch him. He was, I don't know, he's bad as Mahomes is now. You can't touch him because Taylor Swift is watching the games and she's a big highlight with Kelsey.
I know, they like Brady down in Tampa Bay, didn't they? The Buccaneers, is that what you call them?
Buck and Queers. Buck and Queers. Yeah. Oh, I hated it, man. When they won, I was so upset. Although this year, I'm actually rooting for them. This is a good team with a bum from Cleveland yet. With what's his name?
Baker Mayfield?
Thank you.
Baker.
And I saw this stat today. I found it interesting that Baker Mayfield's won more playoff games than the Cleveland Browns have as a franchise. The Browns have 1 playoff win. Baker's got 2. Funny thing is, that 1 playoff win that the Browns have, Baker Mayfield got it for him in 2021 when he was still their quarterback.
And who did he beat?
Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Yes, he did. I was waiting you to shove that down our throats there, Matt, because that who's who they beat.
I almost forgot it was the Steelers till just now.
Yeah, I knew it when you were saying it. I'm like, oh, yes, I know that game. And that was horrible. That was really horrible.
So where's Belichick going? Is he going to go to Dallas?
Oh, Belichick?
That would be an interesting combination. Bill Belichick and Jerry Jones working together.
Ooh.
Well, what does he need? 15 more wins to be the all-time leader in wins?
He
That's all
does.
he wants.
Yeah, he needs 15 to pass Don Shula.
So he wins 16 and he retires.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I didn't know that all about him, but Belichick, I think he's completely done. And Tomlin, he's going to have another year. And I'm going to tell you what, he's going to walk out like the bus and with a championship ring, and then he's going to retire.
And that's next year? With what team? not the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the bums next year. You're cracking me up when I start snorting. I'm really laughing. Matt made fun of that before. When you got me snorting, I'm really cracking up.
Is that the first time you've ever snorted?
No, I do. Oh man, you get me laughing so hard. Sometimes I'll fall on the floor crying. They used to make fun of me at the bar. They used to do that. They used to put what the heck was his name? The cable guy on Larry the Cable Guy when I'm shooting pool, and they just couldn't. Robbie laughed so hard he was crying, and they used to play it every Friday night just to watch me be a retard. I miss those days. Glassport, PA, of all places. Little, nice little town though. Let's see what the heck I wanted to do here next. Hey, Mike. I can't recognize your voice though.
Well, you don't have to.
That's groovy. I'm glad you called in, man. But I'm trying to picture who you might be, and that don't matter none. I think I do know who you are.
I think you know who I am.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's see what we got here. 47 minutes after.
I tell you what, you had one more song you had lined up. Do you want to try to go that, or do you want to wait for it? All right.
I thought I did.
All right. So he had one more song that he specifically lined up for tonight, and I think it's a good one. It's George Thorogood and the Destroyers, and it's Bad to the Bone.
I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad to the bone. I broke 1,000 hearts before I met you. I'll break 1,000 more, baby, before I am through. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad. Bad to the bone.
We are back here on Robbie's Island on It's All Groovy on the Tan Talk Radio Network. And if anybody wants to hear any of the old shows that we've done so far here on the Tan Talk Radio Network, go to internetradiopros.com and click on It's All Groovy. We've got every episode of the show that's been done, including this one. It'll be up later tonight. But It's All Groovy has been archived, so you can listen to past episodes. InternetRadioPros.com.
Groovy. Thank you, Matt.
You got it.
I didn't expect that. We didn't talk about that beforehand. But now, you know what? Excuse me, man. I can't believe I'm coughing.
That's all right. It happens. It happens.
Oh, no. I don't understand. I got such bad sinuses. I always cough and sneeze all day long. But when I come in here for an hour, I usually got no problem. And I don't know what's happening tonight. I don't know. Something's in the air. But anyways, it's time for Top 3 to Beat the Bookie with your host, the one and only Robbie the Shark. Hey, I'm about to give up on this caca because it's become too commercialized with the DraftKings FanDuel. I don't know if you've seen that, but they actually have an hour program on how to bet and who to bet on with DraftKings. I think it's all fixed anymore. But I'm going to continue on with my picks through the end of this year anyways. We'll see what happens next year, what I decide to do. Where the heck are my picks at? Oh, there we go. I lost them anyways. We got Houston at the Balti Whores. Houston's getting 9.5. You'd have to be stupid not to take the 9.5. Although with last week's games. Them ridiculous 45-14 and all that. But 9.5, you got to take it. This is big. Green Bay, San Francisco, again, underdog. Got to go with the 9.5. Tampa Bay, Detroit, 2.5. Tampa doesn't need it. Tampa's going to beat Detroit. And I do like Detroit a lot, actually. I'd like to root for them, but I do live down here now, and I'd like to see Mayfield. I'd like to see him do really well. And Evans is a great player. So, I'm rooting for Tampa this weekend. So I take that into consideration when I'm picking here. Kansas City, Buffalo. Kansas City getting 2.5. I'm picking Buffalo, but with the script that the DFNFL plays, Kansas City probably win just for Taylor Swift. And another reason, has anybody seen or heard about the conspiracy about the Super Bowl logo? Krieger?
I heard a little bit about it, about the colors of the logos represent the winning team.
That is correct. And the smallest color is the winning team. The largest color is the losing team. And it is purplish and reddish this year in colors. So take that into mind on what I've told you here my picks are. It looks like they're picking Baltimore, and it could be Kansas City, or it could be Tampa, because Tampa does have the red in their uniforms. It could be San Francisco. So it's up for grabs. But I just wanted to put that out there and understand, people, this is definitely, as the NFL is listed as a business with the IRS, they are an entertainment enterprise, not a sports enterprise. Okay, and this is for entertainment purposes only. And hey, I want to thank all the callers tonight. I run out of gas about this time. We got another 4 minutes left until I'm out of time. And unless somebody got something to say, I'm ready to pack it up and call it a night.
I'm rooting for Baker Mayfield. He came out of college with big numbers, big expectations in Cleveland, and couldn't get it done. Maybe he's got a team behind him this year to put him on the map. I'm tired of seeing Mahomes on every commercial and every Super Bowl. I'd like to see that go away.
I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift on my TV every week. I don't care who she's dating. Focus on the field.
Didn't they took an announcer away from the
Al Michaels.
Al Michaels. That's what I thought his name was. That's why I wanted you to refresh my memory.
Yeah, it was Al Michaels. I think it had something to do with that, but I'm not 100% sure.
No,
also worth noting, congratulations on your retirement and possible Hall of Fame career, Jason Kelce. Travis's brother in the Eagles center.
Yeah. I did see that today. Yeah, I did see that today. If you put the three of them together from Philadelphia Eagles, and these are three of the players, and you put their uniforms together, and it says Kelly, Hurts, Swift.
And that is Robbie's insight for this Tuesday night, or this Wednesday night, rather.
You better be careful picking on Swift. She'll get them Swifties after you, Rob.
My Lord, have mercy on me.
They'll be down there protesting you, man.
Hey, I don't care if you love me or you hate me. Just listen. I hope you laugh. That's what it's all about. Sitting on the porch and hanging out.
That's the point of It's All Groovy. We're here to provide you with entertainment. Hopefully you learn something listening to our show. Big or small, hopefully you learn something. Hopefully we open your mind up a little bit to new thoughts, new ideas. That's just the point of this show. It's just trying to hang out and chilling around a fire pit and just talking. That's the whole point of this show, man.
That, and once I do start to get more advertisers, going to create a foundation here for cerebral palsy and homeless veterans. That's my goal. I got money coming from the IRS that will help start it. And then VA is going to owe me money too. That'll help start it. I'm not asking for donations yet because it's not actually created. I talked to the bank now about opening a business account and getting things going. So it's a slow process. I'm even though my IQ is 162, I'm an idiot, and I'm learning how to do these things. And it's it's a process. We're going to get there, and I'm sure. I'm doing what God wants me to do, and hope you listen to the program before me. What's that called?
Yeah, Employment Opportunity Hour.
Yeah, this guy is great, man. Listen to him, and
it's every Thursday night. It's every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. with Gene Hodge.
Yeah, and if you can, you own a business or whatever, he wants to get people jobs who are.
He's trying to help people look for employment, and he's also got another show right on before that from 6 to 7 called the Entrepreneur Opportunity Hour, which helps people kickstart their businesses.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know he had that one.
Yep. See, like I said, you learn about new things all the time here on it. Not only It's All Groovy, but here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Awesome.
Yes, it is, man.
Anybody got anything else they want to add before we close this out?
I guess that'd be it.
All right.
Good night, Aaron. Good night, Mike. Good night, Rob.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
We'll see you later, Matt.
All right.
Hey, everybody, try to stay warm. Good night. Loved it. It was really fun. And God be with you as always. Peace out. It's all groovy.
Oh, suki now. Hey! Come on, baby. Hey there, sugar dumplings. Let me tell you something.